and the paper riding through the southern hills. Rumbling thunder, lightning strikes, seeking out their thrills. Whiskey in their veins, devil in their eyes, chasing shadows in the night under the starlit skies. Rebels in the moonlight, wandering souls, born to raise hell with the devil's own might. Fulfill and the paper riding through the night. Nights of darkness sworn to fight. Legends of the South, tales of old, legends of the Whiskey Road, stories untold. Leather and steel, guns ablaze, riding on through the darkest day. Outlaws of the shadows, lost in time, born to raise hell with the devil's own might. Fulfill and the paper riding through the night. Nights of darkness, sworn to fight. Devil's own might. Fulfill and the paper run through the night. Nights of darkness, sworn to fight. A fight. Rebels who raise hell with the devil's own might. Fulfill and the paper run through the night. Nights of darkness, sworn to fight. The fight. The fight. Sworn to fight. The fight.
Hell yeah. Hell
Yeah.
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 That's what I'm
Yeah.
talking about.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
what I'm talking about.
That's
That is an intro
music.
song. That is an
Yep.
intro song.
Okay, is that a personalized music video? Because that was good.
Well, what it is we have a friend who did the song for us. It's actually an AI song, and then Jim did the graphics.
Very nice.
So,
Nice.
Yep. So, hello, everybody. Hope you're all doing well. We have a special guest with us tonight. We have Hutch with us, who's a sovereign citizen expert. So he will be our guest caller for tonight's bingo. Hutch, you want to introduce yourself?
Hello, I'm here by special appearance. And I'm here under threat and duress.
Yeah.
They made me come here tonight. I told them I didn't want to be here. And Pope said, you better come or I'm coming to find you.
Yeah, I pulled him into my jurisdiction. That's right. Yep. Yep.
Now, are you
Yes.
willing to create joinder with us tonight?
Now, you know we have fee schedules, and I hope you're ready to pay it.
Yep. Yep.
Hold on.
$1 zillion.
I cannot pay you in cash, but I can offer you a case of Vaucluse bitter beer.
Okay, that works. Huh? And matter of fact, put $1 million in the trust. That's what I'm looking for.
Now, what if I just give you 10,000 gold coins?
Yep.
Okay, I think I could do something with those.
Go ahead, TJ.
Yeah,
Don't
nice to be
forget,
here.
You have to say all rights reserved.
Oh, yeah,
Yes,
all right.
All rights
I
reserved.
reserve all my rights.
Under
Okay.
duress.
Under duress. That's right.
But give us your channel name and promote it, whatever you want to.
Yeah, my channel is Sovereign Citizen Legal Encounters, but maybe somebody can throw it in the chat if somebody is interested in coming over to subscribe. I have a lot of fun on my channel. I do present content and a lot of extra stuff, which some of you may have seen here recently because Pope Phil aired one of my videos and I found it and I was like, okay, this is a nice group here. I really like you guys here. So I appreciate the invite, and I like being here with y'all. I like anywhere that I can have some fun and make people laugh.
Yep. You're in the
Wonderful.
right place.
We are
You're in the
glad.
right place.
We are glad to have you.
Somebody asked, "Am I Southern?" No, I'm not Southern.
Hutch, have you ever heard of Eddie Banks?
Eddie Bank?
Yeah, Banks.
That name sounds familiar. Who's that?
He's from the Seattle area, sovereign citizen.
No, I don't know him.
Okay. Yeah, I'm up here near Eddie Banks and Glenn Serio.
Okay. Okay. Nice to
Good
meet you.
old Glenn. Good old Glenn.
Stinky Glenn.
Stinky.
Oh.
Glenn is, if you're not familiar with Glenn Serio Hutch, he is a First Amendment auditor.
Oh, okay.
So he's a special kind of soft set.
Special.
Oh,
Yep.
Yeah, very
definitely.
special. Very special. Yep.
Oh, somebody knows me. Said Gothic. Love what I'm doing. Thank you. And thank you, Popeville, for putting my channel.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Go give him a sub, like, share, and subscribe, please. Please, please, please. We do have apparently some news we need to catch up on, NCR.
Yes. As I had said earlier during the Karen Reeve coverage, that Jonathan Jose, the voice actor of John Redcorn from King of the Hill, his life was ended shortly this afternoon due to a dispute with his neighbor. Some more details have come out, and it's the result of not just a regular dispute. It turns out that the neighbor was homophobic because of Jonathan Jose being a homosexual, and that was the main motivation in the shooting.
Oh, nice.
He is currently in custody. The bond has been set to $200,000 cash bond. There's no word if it's a 10% or not, but I highly doubt it.
Okay. Yikes. On some good.
We do have some good news, though. The creator Mike Judd and co-creator have come out and said that they have all of his recordings, and they are going to do a tribute to him during the series.
Oh, wonderful. Yeah, they're bringing that back, so that'll be exciting.
Yes, it comes out August 4th, I believe. Straight to Hulu. All 10 of the new episodes will drop.
All right. On to some other news. We're at 1,733 days of total band. And Hutch, we're doing a fundraiser. Jim, our main host, we are he and Touche are going to give up certain things.
Crap.
Well, we're trying to make him healthy, and so he's given up certain fast food. So no KFC. What? Go ahead, Touche. What all?
The list: KFC, Subway, Burger King, Taco Bell, Long John Silver, Popeye, Chick-fil-A, Arby's, and next is Jimmy John.
Crap.
Idea.
Yep. And so for every $5 super chat or membership milestone, or if you gift a membership, for every gifted membership you do, we add a day. And so you don't have to super chat. You can also do the Cash App. If you purchase things on Amazon or any of our other links, we add time. And so we started off with 0 days, and we are now up to 1,733 days. We are 92 days away from 5 years.
Whoa.
And this started on May 5th.
May 5th, yep. So we're doing it for a month. So we only have a few more days to go. So we're trying to get to the 92 days. So we need 5 years. We need 5 years.
Well, he's definitely going to be healthy.
Yeah.
And
well,
actually,
5 years, he also loses Jimmy John's. So.
Oh, is that one of his favorites?
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, thank you, NCR.
Next will be pizza.
Oh, he's not going to be able to eat anything.
So here's an example of a membership milestone. Thank you, NCR, for the 4 months membership. Ha ha ha! Suck it at a day. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, I did put a link for bingo cards at the beginning, so hopefully you got your bingo card. We're going to move on to our first video and get some shorter ones that we're going to start with first. So hopefully this gets us something to start with.
Are you still with us?
This comes from Facts or Frauds.
Might temper my Mr. Boulay is a constitutionalist, and Mr. Boulay feels strongly that he would like to secure an attorney that can state his position to the court or either represent himself on this matter.
And to head off any potential question to start with, no, that is not secure party interest.
That's right.
I'm not sure if the court remembers Mr. Boulay, but Mr. Boulay was before this court back in December when I was in Arizona, and he objected to our trial dates being reset outside of his very important right to a speedy trial. At that hearing, the court indicated that
Phil, I am not seeing the bingo card.
set January
I will link it again or set it in again.
Confirmation and jury trial dates. Those dates somehow slipped between the cracks and were not ever attended. Subsequently, this case was reset now for February court dates, but I can represent to court that Mr. Boulay has, from the inception of his case, strongly noted his opinion about not continuing his trial dates. I believe they may have been continued more than once, but they were all continued for what the court found was good cause. However, Mr. Boulay did not agree with the court's position on those matters. He is obviously before the court now. And I just wanted to give the court a little backstory on Mr. Boulay's representations to the court today by just letting the court know that he is what I would term a constitutionalist. Maybe the court can hear from Mr. Boulay himself.
Okay. Yeah, Mr. Boulay, what I want to know is what you want to do about representation, whether that's Ms. Rowe, another attorney, or yourself. And in light of that, how does that affect the trial dates that we have set for you for March 6th?
It affects it.
Now, is he roboting or is it me?
No, it's him.
My discoveries get here and all that stuff, because once I get my discoveries and stuff like that, I'm just send a motion in there on dismissal, first of all. And
Right.
as far as me getting an attorney, that'll take me probably a year, because I'm on Social Security disability. I get peanuts. I get saved for an attorney. It's going to take at least a year to save for it. So you're better off I go myself. But I've got a constitutional attorney for us, and I'm going to get him, hopefully, to come take care of it for me. Are you there? Oh.
Yeah, Mr. Boulay, I can hear you.
Okay. I mean, I didn't ask for any continuance. I don't know what happened in January. I never even heard of January. So I have never, yeah. I mean, is there an SA? Excuse me, sir. Is there an SAF filed at all in those paperwork?
I don't know what you're referring to.
Reasonable articulate suspicion that I committed a crime. If they don't have that, do they have an SAF in their report?
Previously found, Your Honor.
I'm not going to go down this path like
That kind of
this.
surrounding jurisdiction.
You know, you guys are intruding my path. Now,
Mute his microphone, please. All right. And Mr. Boulay, and for the record, I've had your microphone muted because you're not answering my question as I had asked you to do earlier. And you're agitated and talking about things that apparently don't have anything to do with the question that I asked. So, Ms. Rowe, Mr. Thompson, my inclination is to leave this case set as is for trial on March 6th. I mean, what I'm hearing here, if I can distill it down to what's being said, is that Mr. Boulay is just upset about this whole thing, and he has an opinion about how speedy trial works, which is fine. I mean, in any kind of case, whether a person's characterized as a constitutionalist or not, they might disagree with court rulings, they might disagree with their attorney's trial strategy, they might disagree with their attorney's characterization of what the law is. And that is fine, and that is normal, and I don't think that's any kind of obstacle to trying a case. But it is important that if those are the facts and there is such a disagreement, that the individual with that disagreement comport themselves in the proper way in court so that the case can be tried, and legal issues that may have been laid down and decided during the course of the pretrial hearings can be properly appealed if the outcome of the trial is adverse. But I don't think it gets us anywhere to try to address Mr. Boulay's legal concepts and concerns. That's your job, Ms. Rowe, to present his legal case to the court. He's not free to, as a person who's represented, he's not free to also represent himself as an attorney and present his own legal theories to the court and argue them. So at this point, he's been previously advised of his rights. He's elected to accept appointed counsel from the court. It is the eve of trial, which is set on March 6th. This case has been continued previously for a good cause as found by the court. Engaging in this kind of discussion at this late stage, which appears to be nothing more than satisfying an intellectual position that Mr. Boulay has, is just what I perceive to be a mechanism to delay and extend the case. His most direct answer to the question that I asked him was that he would take at least a year to try to find an attorney. I don't think that's a realistic option in any way. So at this late stage, it would be inappropriate. It would not serve the interest of justice to allow Mr. Boulay extra time to hire a different attorney from you, Ms. Rowe, nor would it be appropriate to let him represent himself. And he's clearly not prepared to do that. And any request that he may be making to do that, I interpret as just a way to try to delay and extend the proceedings instead of going to trial. So I am going to mark this case down as confirmed for March 6th at 9 a.m. for trial. Mr. Boulay, as I said, I had your microphone muted because I couldn't count on you to listen.
I was listening.
You are going to be represented by Ms. Rowe in this case. You're going to continue to be represented by her. She is going to perform her functions as your attorney, and the case is confirmed for trial on March 6th. I expect that you will attend in person. I also expect that when you do, you'll behave appropriately at that time. This bantering and argument and randomly bringing up legal theories is not appropriate. That is not how court is conducted. I don't know what you may have seen or heard before, but I'm going to expect proper courtroom decorum and behavior on everyone's part, including yours. And I'm not going to detail it any more than that because everyone already knows how to behave properly in court. So I expect that will be the case.
I'm not sure he does.
I understand that, but I got something to say. I have a right to who defends me. I don't want her to defend me. I've never even talked to her. I talked to her before they gave her continuance because she went out of state for Christmas. That was them who gave the continuance. The second continuance, I didn't even know about it. I didn't ask for any continuance whatsoever, and I don't want her to represent me because we don't even have time to prepare for the case because she hasn't even talked to me about anything. Nothing. This is the first time. It's the only time I talked to her is when I come on to Zoom. It's the only time I talk to her. Other than that, I've never talked to her. And I don't have to accept her for my legal representation. And I was being kind of a smart ass about the 1 year because the money I make right now for disability is very, very, very little. And so it means I'd have to save to get an attorney. So that's what I meant by a year. I don't want to wait for a year. I want this over now so I can get my lawsuits going.
Yeah, well, this case is going to be resolved by trial, and that's going to commence on March 6th.
Well, what too? You're going to try me without it? I'm not having her represent me.
Ms. Rowe is your attorney in this case.
No, I didn't pick her. You guys can't just tell me who I can have for an attorney.
Your Honor, I think it would be important to remind the defendant that it's not trial by Zoom either. He would need to be here in person.
I don't know how clear I was on that point, but trial is conducted in person and not by Zoom. So all appearances after this one are in person at the courthouse.
And Your Honor, could I inquire whether the state was confirming today?
We were.
Apparently, yes. Okay, that will conclude Mr. Boulet's matter for today. And I believe that will also conclude the calendar.
Mr. Boulet, I will be calling you.
Yeah.
I will be calling you on Monday.
How could he can't tell me that.
I'm sick of you always telling me what to do. You need to stop blaming others for your denials, and you're supposed to decide what you be or something.
I believe SAF is statement of facts affidavit. No, but I could be wrong. I could be wrong.
Yeah, I'm not sure what he meant on that one.
All right, let's go to our next one is from Truth Science, and it's Connecticut trooper ends offsets delusional with window smash. So we get a window smash on top of it. Beautiful, beautiful. Are you familiar with Truth Science?
Safe flight repair.
Yeah, I've seen
safe
them around.
Flight replace. Safe flight.
Oh. He recording himself before he gets stopped? All right.
Yep.
Yep, this is a good one.
Exactly. Yes, this is a good one. He's a more on top of it, I believe. So give yourself an extra space if you have a Fez.
Say it again. He's telling me to pull down closer to the ramp because he don't got space.
Really no space on this corner right here. I was just put into the gas station. That's in front of me. Right here. On the right here. Right. Well, you don't want. Oh, never mind.
That's him. That is his recording.
Also, see somebody put safe light commercial time.
Yep. Safe flight repair, safe flight replace.
Yes.
Thank you, Sue Bear. Grilled cheese sandwich.
That officer's taking a long time to get to that door.
I know.
That is unusually long.
He's doing it in slow-mo. You can tell by his movement.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
So
maybe
it's
his
his
phone was
video.
just messed up.
Yeah, his video. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
This window right here doesn't roll down. Stop. Let me move up a little bit.
That's
Yeah,
smart that he went on the other side, though.
You said it doesn't work? No, this window doesn't roll down. You want to unlock it? Why? Unlock the door. For? I can talk to you. I can speak to you. Come this way. If not, I can just pull into the.
Not gonna stand in traffic, you dummy.
Over my door. I'm not using the road as any commercial capacity.
Uh-huh.
I'm not arguing with you. I'm letting you know I am not.
I'm letting you know, okay? You are driving on a Connecticut road, okay? I need to have your driver's license.
That means I'm not for hire. I'm not using the roads for any commercial capacity. I'm letting you know.
You're using the
I'm
roads.
recording as well, just to let you know. My hands are up.
You have no problem with that, okay? But what I need you to do, you're operating a motor vehicle.
I'm traveling, sir.
Same as driving.
No, it's not. It's
Is
different.
the vehicle moving?
I am traveling.
Is the vehicle moving?
You can travel, get out and walk.
Motion, yeah.
Bye-bye.
So when you're operating or vehicles in motion on a Connecticut road or US DOT highway, it is a requirement that the vehicle be registered and insured, and when you're stopped, to identify yourself. It is a requirement under the state of Connecticut laws.
I understand that, but I'm telling you, I'm not using the
in our
road.
state, you're on our road. Whether you're traveling or not.
It's your state.
The state of Connecticut. I represent the state of Connecticut.
Okay.
Agent of the government.
Okay.
We're traveling on our road.
Okay.
Okay. So it's the state government-owned road.
Mm-hmm.
The law is, if you are on our road, a state-owned road, you have to identify yourself if you're stopped by a police officer.
Okay, got it.
Okay.
And
so I'm asking you to identify yourself by providing me with an identification card.
I can provide you with my name.
I need you to provide me with the identification card.
Listen
to me. It's a requirement.
You want me to listen to me? You're not listening to me. I'm trying to tell you.
One
you
ear
the
out.
situation.
I'm not yelling at you. I'm talking to you. Okay? It's a requirement that you have a
I love that. I'm not escalating.
while you're operating, traveling, or whatever, in a state of Connecticut. So whether it's
But-
a driver's license in this state, another state, it's a requirement, whether you're traveling, operating, whatever you want to call it, that you have that on your possession when you are traveling on our roads. And then at that point, if you are stopped, it's a requirement that you provide that to the law enforcement officer.
So what this young man obviously doesn't realize is that driving is literally how he was traveling before the officer pulled him over. So all of that sovereign citizen nonsense is clearly not going to cut it here in the state of Connecticut. So, sir, cough up your driver's license. And if you don't have one, just explain that to the officer, because all you're about to do is make things worse for yourself.
I understand those things.
So can I have that card, please?
But that's telling me that I'm using these roads as for business, and I'm not.
They say business, could I?
But you're putting me into subject of commerce, and I'm not doing any of those things.
Again, it's regardless of anybody that is on our state roads. At that point, here's the requirement that you provide me with an identification card.
I can't do that, sir, because I'm not using.
Okay, so you don't have one?
I'm not saying I don't have one. I rescinded my application.
Rescinded application.
Okay,
and I'm not
this
using.
is what I want to say to you, sir. I'm willing to work with you. Okay, you're making it harder.
I'm not sure. I'm
You are. So
honestly.
This is interfering with my investigation. Okay?
Investigation of what? Am I committing a crime? Am I committing a crime? That's what I'm just trying to understand.
You are, yeah.
A crime of what?
You're interfering with failure to provide me with an operating license.
But I'm telling you, I'm not doing commerce.
Okay.
I'm not.
Does this vehicle have a valid insurance policy?
I'm not using the road.
Doesn't matter. You're traveling on a state.
I would like to reserve all my rights.
Listen to me. It's a requirement while traveling on a state road that has a valid insurance card and it has a valid registration. So yes, I am completing an investigation in reference to those 2 points. You are now refusing to provide me with a driver's license. That's interfering with my investigation. Okay?
I'm not trying to interfere.
So I don't want
Reserve
you
all my
to try
rights.
or anything like that. What I need you to do is provide me with
I know my rights.
and then we can move on.
I reserve all my rights.
Okay.
There it is.
Away, sir. I'm not going away. So until you provide me with that information, there's nothing else I can do to help you.
Okay, we get it. You reserve all of your rights. So now what exactly does that mean? Does that mean you no longer need to follow any of the rules of the road that Connecticut has set to keep everyone safe? All anyone has to do is say they reserve their rights, and that's it. Boom. The officer just supposed to go away and leave you alone. I can't believe how idiotic these sovereign citizens are.
Am I being detained?
Any traffic stop and mere presence of a law enforcement officer in the city of Connecticut is detained. Yes.
Okay, can you read me my rights, please?
I'm not placing you under arrest. No. Case law states that I do not have to read you your rights on the detainment of a traffic stop.
Okay, but I am not using the roads for any gains of for hire.
You can say that over and over and over as much as you want to say it, but
Okay.
regardless of what you're telling me, it is not true.
It's not true. So the law is not true. So you're talking
The
about
law is true, and that's what I just told you.
You told me statutory law. I'm telling you constitution. I have the life. I have the liberty. I'm arguing with you there. So I said I reserve my rights. I'm exercising my fourth.
Statutory law is not constitutional.
Let's work through this together.
I can hear you. I don't feel safe. I don't feel comfortable.
Well,
I
I'm a
feel.
law enforcement officer. I'm here to protect you. I'm here to serve the public. I'm not here to harass you. I'm not here to give you a hard time. Okay, but what I can tell you is I am completing an investigation, and I'm asking you nicely. Okay, I'm not yelling at you. I'm not demanding you put your hands up. I'm just asking you for a simple card.
I can give you my name. I can give you my name, my address.
This is a lot of patience.
My first name is John.
Yes.
How
give you my
dare
name.
you protect the
Jonathan?
citizens of the state? How dare you?
It belongs to me as private property.
Exactly.
It belongs to me as private property.
My kid's out there too, jerk ass. You need
License,
insurance.
license.
You need
It belongs
registration.
to me.
Can you stop this for a second?
What's your name? I didn't get your name. Sorry about that.
My first name is Jonathan as well.
This guy who said he don't need a plate took a plate from another car. He don't need one.
Oh.
He don't need one, but you will see it's the wrong. He got pulled over because he has a different plate on the car and they ran it.
Oh.
You don't need a plate.
Yeah, and also for the traffic situation with that state trooper.
Yeah.
All he has to do is pull that car out a little bit more with those lights on there to block that traffic and come up to the other side of that window and take him out of there.
This guy gonna get more than what he bargained for.
Yeah, I'm sure they
Jonathan told me.
They always do. It's so stupid.
This is nothing that like.
I'm
asking for my badge number. I'll give you all that information, but I still have the job to do.
I'm letting yeah, I understand that. I identified.
So you did identify yourself. I'm asking you if you have a driver's license in the state of Connecticut.
But I'm not using this as a commercial capacity. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Oh my God.
It's a yes or no question. If you don't have one, just say no.
That's perfect. Another car pulled up in front of me.
All right, so I'm gonna ask you to roll the window down, okay?
I would have to turn on the vehicle. Traveling. He just told his partner I'm traveling.
Do you have a driver's license?
I just told you. I reserve my rights.
What's that?
He's trying to open my door. I said I reserve all my rights. If they're gonna deprive me of my rights under 18 U.S.C. 242, then so be it.
These sovereign citizens do all of this pseudo-legal law studies. You would think that they would just take a quick look into YouTube University, type in sovereign citizens, and see the countless videos of how none of this nonsense actually works. I don't understand.
Yeah, that's the thing I don't get.
And these people are still trying this on.
Here's what I don't get. YouTube is filled with window smashes, courtroom failures. None of this shit works. And yet they still persist that somehow it's going to work.
Tickets and the fines and the damage to their vehicle is 3 times what it would cost them to actually follow the law.
Bill?
Right. Yeah.
I should get him croutons for his wood salad.
I'm not driving, I'm traveling nonsense. It does not work. Why are you wasting your time? Give the officer a driver's license. Even if that license is suspended, just give them something. They need to identify you.
Hey, what's going on, man? Doing good, sir. What's your name? No, I said doing good.
Doing good?
Yeah, what's your name?
My name?
Yeah.
McGrath.
McGrath, okay. Badge number? Badge number?
Sorry, a little hard to hear.
No, badge number. Sorry about that.
123.
123 0390. I'm not running anywhere. I don't know why he's trying to block me in. You block me. I'm not running nowhere. I have nothing.
I'm sorry, it's a little hard to hear you.
No, nothing.
Okay.
I ain't say nothing.
What did he get stuck for?
I don't know.
Not sure.
I asked. He didn't even tell me. He just asked me for my identification.
Did you give over your paperwork, like your license, registration?
I'm not using the roads as anything for commerce. I'm not for hire.
So I can't hear you.
No, I'm saying I'm not using the roads for any kind of hire. I'm not using it. I'm not gaining any profit. I'm not for hire. I'm just traveling. That's what I'm doing.
So you can use the roads for free.
No, you're trying to subject me to
Okay.
say I'm doing something in a commercial capacity. If I have a commercial driver's license, I'm not using the road in that way.
Commercial driver's license?
I'm not using that. I'm not using the road in that way. And I expressed to him that I'm just merely just traveling. Okay. I reserve my rights. I said under the exercise of my 4th and 5th Amendment. And I asked him if I'm being pulled over and I'm arrested, I'm being detained, if you could read me my rights, and that'll be okay. That's all I asked.
We don't need to read you your Miranda rights for traffic stop.
Okay, am I being convicted of a crime? That's why he didn't articulate that. So I'm just trying to find what was his probable cause.
Trying to just get more.
Yeah, I'm just trying to understand what's going on, and I'm trying to de-escalate the situation. That's all.
I get it.
That's it.
I get it.
Okay.
I got 3 officers on me.
What's going on tonight, man? How you doing?
Doing good, you?
All right, not bad, not bad. You know the reason why we stopped you?
I was trying to find that out.
Okay, so the reason why the trooper stopped you, the registration on the vehicle doesn't match the car that it's on.
Yeah. So with that being said, this vehicle is not for. This is private property. This is my vehicle.
Okay. Are you traveling on state roads?
I'm traveling. Yes, I'm traveling.
Did you fill up this vehicle with fuel?
Well, what does?
Oh, I love this.
Interact in commerce by using fuel to fill this vehicle, or did you put vegetable oil from your house in it?
Probably vegetable oil from the house.
That's what
if we're gonna be, if you're gonna be an ass at the same time.
Who, me or you?
I'm not. I'm just exercising my rights. I'm trying to tell you that, and I'm not trying to do anything. I reserve all my rights. I exercise my 4th and 5th Amendment.
All of that. That's perfectly fine. The problem we have tonight is the registration on this vehicle doesn't match. Okay, so we don't know if the vehicle's stolen.
The vehicle's not stolen. I told you that.
We just got to figure all that out.
The vehicle's not stolen.
You understand, though, that
I promise, Hutch, I didn't rob that bank.
Do you have any paperwork with the vehicle?
I have everything for this.
Must be true because I said so. Okay.
Provide what exactly?
The registration and
Would a car thief admit
I just told you that this
being stolen?
car belongs to me.
No.
I understand that. No insurance either?
So he just told the officers that the vehicle belongs to him and that it's private property, and they're just supposed to take his word because obviously he seems to be an honest person. So in the state of Connecticut, they're just supposed to go by the honor system, not by actual paperwork, but by the honor system. This dude is a complete joke.
All right,
It's private property, but you're on public and state property when you're
public
driving it.
and vehicular use. Anyone can use it if you're not engaging in commerce.
You are engaging in commerce because you filled the vehicle up with fuel. Did you not? Or you?
That
or
doesn't
you
make any sense.
Oh, that's a new one.
I like that. I know. I like that.
That's nice.
Private property, okay?
Well, that's not okay. That's not gonna happen. So can I get my rights read to me, please?
Say it again.
You read me my rights?
I don't need you to read your rights.
Can you read me my rights? You already brought to take something that doesn't belong to the state of Connecticut.
I'm trying to work with you here, okay? The information that you provided me, I can't find anything, okay? You're not working with me.
I identified as you asked for.
Okay, you identified as whatever, but I don't have a valid driver's license.
Identify as whatever.
That I can say who you are, and that's what I need.
I gave you what you needed.
This is going to turn into something I don't want it to turn into. There's no reason for it. You have every right to believe whatever you want to believe.
Because it's the law. It's, it's not the law.
Okay, so just stay right here. I'll be right back.
Okay. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cops here because I'm obviously doing something that is unconstitutional. It's crazy.
No, you being a sovereign citizen.
Yeah. No, you're breaking the law. That's what's going on here.
Where is this man's daddy? And why hasn't he slapped him?
Good question. Good question.
Yep.
I can say one thing though.
What's that?
So I don't know how many of these you watch, but every time there's a sovereign citizen on a traffic stop, they normally call for additional officers because these are the worst stops to make.
I don't put me in.
Oh, it's they know it's going to go sideways.
Yeah,
Like,
they don't really know how, so they always get prepared. But these are one of the worst stops in law enforcement. Like you get them and that's it. You just don't know how it's gonna go.
Wait till you see the sergeant.
Okay, well let's go.
Any sovereign citizen thinks that's not what I am in doing. It's not sovereign citizen. That's a terrorist group. I don't have nothing to do with that.
He's got it taped. Oh, okay.
It doesn't belong to the state of Connecticut. It's private property.
Sir, is there a reason why you have the VIN taped over?
I don't answer questions.
You don't answer questions? Okay. Hey, partner. I'm the supervisor.
Yeah, supervisor.
So, Donis.
Donis, badge number?
Donis. So listen, here's the deal. They have a lawful reason to pull you over. They have a lawful reason to pull you out of the vehicle. We're trying to avoid that. We could. It's okay. By all means, we have to do what we got to do. I understand you got your notions, whatever they may be. So, I mean, I don't know what they are. You know what I'm saying? But right now, the cars of misuse is going to get towed. The other thing you have is that they're asking you right now to give you a lawful order to step out of the vehicle. With that said and done.
All right. Yeah, I'm listening. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. If you have something to say, just like you said, you can interject. I have no problem with that. So right now, they are giving you a lawful order because the vehicle is a misuse. Basically, they can't identify you. I guess. Do you have any identification?
I gave him my name. I gave him everything.
Okay. Do you have anything with a photograph? That's what I'm saying.
No, I don't at this moment.
Okay. So they need to further investigate, find out who you really are. That's number one. Number two, the vehicle seems to have issues with the registration. Okay. So with that said alone, that alone, you're looking at a misuse of a plate, or did it have a plate? Does it have a plate? Yeah. Okay.
Is it misuse?
So whatever plate was on this vehicle,
okay.
It is on this vehicle.
They hear ready to take it off?
Huh?
They hear ready to take it off?
Eventually they will.
No, I'm asking because you say if he's there, I don't know if he took it already or not.
The plate is there. I didn't notice.
Okay.
There was a plate when I was walking up. So with that said done, the fact that the plate is not that the plate does not belong to the vehicle.
Okay.
That right there, it's their probable cause to pull you over.
Okay.
All right. So with that said and done, whatever it is that they need and they're trying to identify you, just to move this along, just help them out, just so we don't have to escalate this. I'll be honest with you, as a supervisor, I don't want this to be escalated.
Me neither. That's why I done it. You know, I actually gave him my name.
Okay.
I gave him my name and date of birth.
Where you from originally?
I'm originally from New York.
From New York?
Yeah.
From New York City, upstate, or where?
No, Bronx, I guess.
The Bronx,
Yeah.
okay. Did you ever have an identification or a driver's license with New
Yes,
York?
I have one but I rescinded it with Connecticut. I rescinded my driver's license. That's what I'm trying to say.
Okay, you rescinded it. You just gave it back up?
Yeah.
Why?
Why would I give him my right to drive? It's free.
Okay.
But that, you know, I'm telling you, I'm being respectful.
Listen,
it may sound crazy to you, but the DMV took my recent driver's license. I'm not using the roads, and why would I register my vehicle if I'm not using
You
it?
did have a license at one time.
You're on the road right now. He's not using the road.
According to the state, not against you, not according to you, but according to the state, you had a license, you get it back up because you don't feel you have the right that, hey, I have the right to drive.
I had the life, liberty, pursuit of happiness. I already, there's a lot of doctrines on this. There's a lot of.
But you understand that, I understand your rights. You got your rights. It is what it is.
They have the right to
Now,
cause a head-on
I
collision
respect that, but
without insurance.
realize that you still got to play by the rules of the government because they expect.
Now, Hutch, I don't know if this ever occurs to you. This occurs to me. They seem to think the police have never been to court and defended this.
Yes.
Like they think somehow they're not going to be the one to be convicted.
Yeah, and I don't understand that they think that that's going to work by repeating it over and over again.
Right.
I don't know what their mindset. And some of them have done it where they've had a license, but he probably doesn't have anything. He probably has a lot going on. And I noticed the ones that can't get their licenses back, they do this and give the officer a hard way to go. I would love to see his court case.
I would too. I would love to follow. I'll try and follow up on this.
Insured and everything else.
Yeah, but I'm not driving. I'm not using the vehicle for any profit. I'm not for hire.
No, it has nothing to do with profit. This has to do with just basic stuff. In order for the vehicle to be on the roadway, it needs to be registered. So the state, or in your case, probably the government, right?
Mm-hmm.
They require your vehicle to be registered, insured, and everything else.
Yeah, if I'm using.
It's just the rules that you got to play with. Unfortunately, you may not feel you may not like what the government has to offer you, and what they're asking for you to do, and that's okay. Listen, everyone's got an opinion, right?
No, it's not my opinion. It's really it's
your belief.
It's not belief. It's not belief either. It's constitutional.
So, it's constitutional.
Constitutional law, like everything statutory.
How do we move forward from this point then?
Can I make sure he wrote my name properly and everything is all set?
Sure, you got.
Because
did you write his name and all that stuff? You want to put it on a piece of paper and show it to him in the window?
Because this is ridiculous.
Okay
yeah, man. I'm trying to de-escalate.
Can you stop for a second?
I'm sorry.
My name is Jonathan.
Jonathan.
Yeah.
Sergeant Adonis. So what
Sergeant
I
Adonis.
want to do is I want to make this as peaceful as possible.
Hold on, I gotta find it.
I want you to
Literally.
I want everybody to be on their way, but I don't need this to escalate. You feel me?
I'm here. I'm willing to
Okay, so
cooperate.
Jonathan, is this all correct? Yeah.
Yes. Whoa, he put 60381. I'm 99.
Well, no, I can't. I can't.
Come on, you see about to escalate
this is on the wrong one.
car and that right there, mere something.
Okay.
Hutch, if you didn't need a license, wouldn't politicians and cops and all government officials be stupid for having one?
Exactly.
Or license plates or insurance?
Right. Nobody would have it.
Yeah, but here he's trying to argue that you don't need it to a cop who knows and has one himself.
Exactly.
Right.
That's what they do. And actually, Pope Phil, I do have a police channel where I do cover some of this sovereign citizen footage.
Oh,
I could throw that in the chat. The channel is kind of new, but I do have some really good videos up there. And I did that because my audience tend to like more court than this, unless it's a case combined traffic stop.
Oh, gotcha.
So then I just put them over there, and I'm like, hey, whenever I get the subscribers over there, that's fine. It may take a little while because I focus on the other channel. But I can put it in the chat if you want. If you guys want to check it out.
Yes, yes, we will.
Like it, and if you want to watch something from over there over here, just let me know, and it's fine. You can bring it over here.
Perfect.
that's so small that could be prevented. 99, 1999.
But the same month, same.
Everything is the same. Yeah, that's I'm like, yo, like, what are you telling me? You can't find me.
So what I'm telling you is right now, straight up. Either way, if the car is not registered, if it's not insured, if the plate does not belong to the vehicle itself, I'm not gonna mince any words with you. The car is gonna get towed. And it's because of that situation. Now,
I object to taking my car, my private.
Well,
I object.
I didn't.
I understand.
I
no contract
object.
with the state. That's I'm just trying to let you know. There's no contract with the state. I'm not giving up my right.
But there's a thing. You're not supposed to be driving this vehicle because the state says, hey.
I'm not driving. I told them I was traveling. I'm traveling
I
from
understand that you're traveling.
point A to
but the
point
fact of
B.
The matter is that you're not supposed to be driving in this vehicle because the state wants you to have the car registered.
The state wants me to have it insured, but I'm not using it as commerce.
And
registered.
That's what the statute says. The statute by law.
What statute is that, if possible?
The 14, well, you got the 1412. What is it? 1412A.
1412A.
Yeah. Which is the registration one.
The registration one. Okay.
Do you have insurance?
I'm not using this car as any for business. That's what I'm trying to tell you. I'm not for hire.
The state and every other state in the United States of America right now, as I know it, they require that when you have a registration, the vehicle also is to be insured. Okay. Now that's the other statute on that one. The insurance is the 14213B Bravo. Okay, so it's 14213, 1412A for registration. Okay, now you got what you call a misuse. If you have a plate that belonged to another car at some time in the past, and now you actually affixed to this vehicle, now you're looking at an additional charge.
This dude is a freaking idiot, and he knows that he's doing something wrong. Because if your beliefs are that you're not driving for commerce and the vehicle doesn't need to be registered or insured, why do you have someone else's plate on your vehicle? Why are you riding around with a vehicle with no license plate on it? That's number one. Number two, you supposedly rescinded your license and gave it back to the DMV of Connecticut. Now, what that actually means, sir, when you do something like that, which is idiotic, that means you no longer have the privilege of driving, which means you shouldn't be behind the wheel right now. I don't understand why you don't understand that. Rescinding your license doesn't mean that you can now continue to operate a motor vehicle. The whole I'm not driving, I'm traveling thing is idiotic. It is an elementary argument. Sir, driving is how you were traveling. It is that simple.
And what charge is
the
that?
statute is that it's going to be 14147, which explains it says a misuse of registration. Basically, you're using registration that belongs to another vehicle or never belongs to anything at all. You know, that maybe was canceled or whatever it was, and you put it and you fix it to this vehicle here. So that's what you're looking at. So you're looking at three things. All right. Now, the officer stopped you for whatever problem cause he had. So this is where we are right now. So with that said and done, we, you know, are bounded by having to remove the vehicle off the road because it's not roadworthy. It's your car. We're not seizing your car.
You're seizing my car. You're taking my property.
We're going to remove it from the road, but you have the right to go to the Department of Motor Vehicles, get a registration and insurance, and insure the vehicle, and then you can take the vehicle out.
I don't want to do any of that because I'm not. That's the first place where I didn't give up the right to give my car.
I understand.
That's your right.
Yep. Enough talking.
And I know that you don't abide by the law.
I didn't say I don't abide by the law. I uphold the law.
Yes. No, you don't.
I follow it to the T and understand it.
All right. So I'm telling
No,
you.
you don't.
We're gonna see. We're gonna identify you. Either way,
Bill, do you think the
I'm
supervisor
not
had
gonna listen.
previous experience?
I understand
You're
that.
very honest with me. I've been honest with you. And
I'm sorry. What was that, Touche?
Do you think the supervisor had previous experience with substance or more before today?
Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
I like this dialogue that we're having. But what I'm telling you is that that's where we are right now. And let's just kind of keep it moving smoothly and all that. You got kids?
Isn't it? No, I'm not here.
Not to mention the time these people waste.
We're gonna go from there, right? So let's keep it cordial. Let's keep it moving.
I'm always gonna keep it cordial, man. I'm always gonna keep it.
Very, they're very patient.
Were you able to identify him? Were you able to identify him? No? Okay. All right. So listen, there's the warning. Are you gonna step out of the vehicle?
So that's a threat.
That's not a threat. That's just, I'm telling you right now.
A warning is
I'll
a.
give you the courtesy. The courtesy. The courtesy is, Jonathan, We're gonna tow your vehicle. We need you to get out of the vehicle.
I don't consent to my vehicle being towed.
I just gave you a lawful order, which they probably gave you the lawful order on top of that. Now we're gonna move forward to the next level. I don't want to go there, be honest with you, because I want to keep this very peaceful, and I want to move on my way. You want to move on your way. I understand that. So I already asked you. I'm gonna ask you again, just to be clear, clarity. Okay, you know, your camera's going off. It's recording.
Yeah,
my camera's going off. Everybody's camera's off. Right? It's good.
Perfect.
So I'm gonna ask you. Would you mind stepping out of the vehicle so that trooper can actually tow your vehicle and do what he has to do? And he's going to issue you infractions, and then you could go to court and you can actually contest it. And that's how we go from there. Life goes on.
Yeah, it's very peaceful. I just don't consent of my property being taken.
You understand? I'm already asked you. So I'm going to give you the courtesy.
They don't need your consent.
Oh, that happened, and then when it was cold. Yeah, I just don't consent to my property being towed. That's what I'm saying.
You don't have to consent, but this is where we are right now. Consent.
I don't have to consent, but this is where we are.
So what you say is you're refusing to get out of the vehicle?
I didn't say I was refusing.
All right, so you know what? We're moving on. Do what you gotta do.
Bam.
My window.
Nope, don't reach. Do not reach.
Now, did it seem to anybody else like he saw that coming and he's done this before? Because he barely reacted to the window being smashed.
Yeah, it was just like watching a movie he's seen before. He looked at
Yeah.
Most people would have jumped or worried about the glass getting on him. He didn't do any of that.
Yeah, he's just like, oh, okay. Well, you're doing this again.
I'm thinking the plate came from the car that he had to smash last time.
Probably. He probably still has glass in his shoe from the last time.
My vehicle.
Yes.
He has a not again look.
This is not me.
Nice, they broke my window.
Don't reach. Do not reach. Do not reach.
I don't consent no search and no seizure of my vehicle.
I don't consent.
No, do not touch my phone. Do not let it record. That's messing with evidence.
Not messing with evidence. That's not evidence.
Are you gonna read me my rights?
Yeah, we will.
Okay.
You get your rights read.
I can't turn. I need you to. I bet you're about to pull me out.
Yes, they're about to pull you out.
Right, we got you. Not dragging you on. Nobody's dragging you. Yes, you are. I'm trying to turn.
I wonder what that sign is in his back window. It looked like a wrong. Oh no, that's behind him. Okay.
Yeah.
He's on the ramp. Okay.
Roll him over. To the side. Bring it up to your chest. Bringing it. There you go. Now you're gonna roll.
Well, at least he can't lock his keys in the car now by accident. Just reach through, grab them.
Yep.
If you have a wallet or anything, if you can just come out. With this way. Put this way. And your cell phone obviously is over. Yeah, and my foot back. And your foot back. Where's your backpack? Is it on your front? Okay. This foot underneath you. Put that by your front. On this side. Watch this. Ready? All right.
Oh, I like that. I like that. Okay, we are at about an hour. I don't think anybody's gotten a bingo yet. I do have another video. It is longer. So if anybody needs to leave, please leave. I don't want to keep anybody because we normally go an hour. But this video is Van Valiant did a video. I think it was yesterday, of a woman in Kansas who was a softset. He posted a link to their channel, and I found a live stream where they are discussing how this is an illegal stop.
Oh.
It is comedy gold. So I would like to play that. So anybody who needs to leave, please feel free to leave. But if you want to stick around, this should be really, really, really good.
I'll stay, but I'm muted because I have a squeaky ball insanity.
Okay.
With the fake dog going on.
Yes. Yes. Gia has a corgi, Hutch, and
Okay.
somebody has decided that it's actually a fake dog. It's not a real dog.
Oh, okay.
Yep. Yep.
Oh, I
Yeah.
also I stuck that link in the chat, but it seemed like they didn't see it. Is it restricted for you have it restricted only
I
as
don't-
moderators?
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay, somebody asked after I put it in. So I guess
Put it
they can
in,
let
put
you
it in
know
the
if they
put it in private chat, and I'll send it over.
Okay.
And Hutch, please join us on Discord.
Yes.
Yes, I guess Pope Phil can send me the invite because I've already been talking to him.
Yep, I will. Now this channel is called Power Inherent in the People, so that should give you some idea.
Briefly, before we go into the video, would y'all like to kind of introduce yourselves a little bit more to the world now that we're on YouTube?
And
kind of doing this?
Sydney is the woman that Van Valiant did.
About what happened and what transpired, and just
No, apparently only mods can do it, I guess.
Okay.
Well, Sydney was just gonna go over to Quentin's house to pick up a cake and finish. What? Who am I?
You're Matthew,
And Matthew.
foundational member of White
Mhm.
Hill.
The
From
motorcycle
December.
couple.
And I got Quentin started in all this, and he just happened to get his pullover first. So I've been helping him through it all, and then Kate got pulled over. I've just been helping everyone out. And then Sydney came here. She moved here in December.
Lost youth.
So we've been together
Lost.
since
Oh, just wait. Yes,
how's that
just wait.
experience been?
It's great.
then. Great.
It's great, yeah.
Yeah.
All the pullovers are super fun. You know, it bonds us closer. All that.
Now,
Okay, so
notice
this is
the
what-
dude has a nice
So
blunt.
this recent experience happened on
The guy interviewing them has a very nice blunt. So as this insanity goes on, think about what kind of damage that is doing to this dude's brain.
May 21st.
Yeah,
on Wednesday, and I was just traveling in my own personal conveyance to go to Quentin's house for my fake storage container, and probably less than a minute before after I left the house, I got pulled over by a corporal, number 51. I forget his name, something with a K, and it was long, and he was very upset. I pulled into a school district parking lot kind of thing. What was it, like the Andover Schools
Services.
some sort of service place? And it's funny because on March 12th, I just got pulled over the same spot, but I pulled into the high school parking lot, so Andover High School parking lot. So it was right across the street from where I got pulled over before
On March 12th.
on March 12th. So now it's
So she pulled over for the exact same thing, didn't learn her lesson, now gets pulled over again.
so.
Yep.
9 days later.
Right?
Lost.
And then I called Matthew again because that's what I did in March, and I was like, Matthew, I got pulled over in the same spot but across the street. And the guy came up to my window and he was immediately upset. I could tell by the demeanor. And he knocked on my window and he was like, hey, I'm sure that you already know this.
Wait. Now this is your second pullover
My second pullover.
in less than 60 days.
Yeah, I go, yep. Oh, geez. So I'm still working through the day before I actually went to a motions hearing for my other case. So I was just fresh out of court and
Now there's a difference between these two though. The difference is on the first one, you were cited as you should have been and let go free on your way because why?
They told me that, well, I'm pretty sure I read that it was not an arrestable offense. And I don't know.
That's wrong.
I can't recall if I told them that it wasn't an arrestable offense last time. And so they didn't. I think Matthew did on we had our one pager with us and he started reading off all these case laws and they were like, whoa, who are these people? And so they ended up just giving.
Now, Chili DeCastro has a trifold. This guy has a one pager.
Yep.
You know.
Though they did threaten me to break
My
window
last
the
ticket was
time in March,
1992.
but they didn't end up doing that. They gave me a citation. I went on my way, and they didn't even tow my car or anything. They just let me go. And it was for the same exact reason that I got pulled over this time on Wednesday.
So
And
no moving violation, no pose safety risks to any members of the public.
nope, there was no verified complaint, and there was no
Verified
contacting at
complaint.
all. It was just me getting a cake container.
So they were investigating a cake container?
I didn't even have it on me, so I don't know what investigating.
It must have
I
been
asked
missing.
several times who was hurt, who's the injured party, and they kept telling me society was.
Oh my god.
Injured party.
Mhm.
Injured party.
Society. So, and I called Matthew, and he has a great response time because within 3 minutes, he was able to come to my rescue. Matthew, I got.
Okay, so we're gonna start it up. Are y'all ready to start it up? Maybe you can do some narrating here and there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
You could put.
You know what? You know what? How about I let y'all share and do the narrating? Would that be okay?
Okay.
And you can pause and make comments where you want.
Okay.
Okay. Let's see. Multiple participants. No, we do advanced.
You can.
Now, when you share, there's going to be two little boxes that you got to click where it says share sound.
Oh. Okay.
Over on the side, so that it'll share the side. When you click share, you'll see it'll say options and it'll say share sound and optimize for video sharing. Just make sure those are clicked, okay?
Oh, sure. Okay. Share stream. Okay.
Is it working? Oh, no, sure sound.
Okay. Share sound.
Okay.
Okay. And then no, and then say share. Wait.
Oh.
Yep.
Do it over here so you can see it too.
Good job.
Oh, I just did this whole screen, so.
Perfect. Nice. Good stuff. I'm gonna mute.
Oh my gosh.
Hurry, at the right where I turned again, right where I turned. I'm at Andover Public Schools Support Services.
Now, let's set this up slightly here because it's going to become very apparent here shortly. Remember her statement. She thinks she's pulled over for the exact same thing a week ago. And that's the only issue.
I was thinking, I just jumped up, grabbed my motorcycle, and ran.
Oh, I'm just traveling. So this is when he's gonna come up to my window, and it's funny because he says, "As you already know," so that's pretty discriminatory. Hello. Hi.
Discriminatory.
You probably know. The tag is not a registered tag.
Oh, I'm just traveling. I'm not acting in commerce right now.
Okay. So.
Could I get your? Is there an emergency? I saw your emergency lights on. I'm here to help.
I'm sorry.
I'm here to
I'm
help.
here to
I
help.
see your emergency lights.
I'm here to
on.
help.
Yeah, they use
Is
that
there an
all the time.
emergency?
Conducting traffic stop.
Oh, but I'm not in traffic.
Yes, you are.
Do you know what the term traffic means?
Are you a sovereign citizen? Is that what this is?
Did you say sovereign citizen? And so that's when he said the sovereign citizen. And yeah, so I asked him again, if you heard, I asked him what traffic meant. I was starting to ask the terms because it seemed like he didn't know. Obviously, he was using them incorrectly. So, citizen? What
Cops
does that
using
mean?
it incorrectly.
That sounds like a derogatory thing. And then he asks me to tell him what that meant. Why would you call somebody a name if you don't even know what that means?
Straight up.
All right.
Assuming that's what you identify as.
I do not. What is a sovereign citizen? I'm not driving. I'm traveling. So I don't need to. This is a secondary offense that you're. This is a second. I don't know if you guys could hear it, but he said it's not the first time that I've dealt with you guys.
Yeah.
So he's continuing on this sovereign citizen stuff.
Okay, so a blatant retaliation and attack, it seems like at this point then.
It was very, very hostile. I feel scared already the whole time. Secondary offense that you. What is your name and your badge number? What is it?
We'll barricade.
Okay,
Doesn't
Corporal.
sound scared to me.
Barricade.
Barricade.
I know.
And then 51.
Yep.
Okay. Are you,
Yeah.
Matthew? Are you here, headed here? And notice he's still not asked my name or anything.
Now, remember, she said he came up and he was hostile.
And she asked for name and badge number. That should be a square for some.
Yes, but remember, when she was starting this off, right? She's premising all this, right? The cop's going to be the bad guy. Now, does he seem like he's being aggressive?
Nope.
That he's escalating this or anything? Like, it just okay.
To identify me, he's just asking for my driver's license, which I think that is illegal for me to give it to him because I wasn't driving. I'm just traveling.
Illegal.
It's illegal to give it to him.
What the hell?
I don't have to provide you anything because I'm not. You're doing a secondary offense. Well,
secondary offense.
This is not lawful. Okay. Do you know what traffic means? What's the term traffic? What's the word traffic mean? Matthew, are you coming? I don't have to make this difficult. I'm not making anything difficult. No, I'm not. I'm one or two.
And that's, yeah, he's like, it's going to go one or two ways, and you know how it's going to go.
Yeah. What is that supposed to mean?
That and the aspect he still hasn't asked for your ID. I mean, he still hasn't asked your name. He hasn't even given you an opportunity.
Right. He is only demanding my insurance and my driver's license. Not my name. He's not being friendly at all. Two ways.
He's not being friendly.
I don't need to provide.
She's not being friendly to him.
I'm not acting in commerce. I'm not an Uber or Lyft. No, I don't. Why are you at this point? Yeah, he's trying to open my door now. Opening the door. Am I under arrest or am I free to go? Am I under arrest? Corporal 51, am I under arrest? You're not answering my questions.
Oh, wow.
And I think I asked him 3 times if I'm under arrest or free to go, and he just stops asking or answering questions.
I know that right there is
I feel nervous and
like that all of these points, actually the point of him trying to open up the door, from that point it's all suppressed, I would think. Because again, that's an illegal action of trying to intrude into the car without having a reasonable articulable suspicion of any danger or probable cause of a crime, while they've already made threats of violence.
Now, she doesn't have a tag. She's refusing to give her driver's license and insurance, and he's claiming there's no articulable suspicion of a crime.
Exactly.
So just, I mean, listen to the thought process of these people. Like, it's just
violence, such as this is going to go one of two ways.
They're consulting.
you already know. Yeah, that's.
It's like, what are you insinuating? What do you mean it's going to go one of two ways? I'm confused. What are you trying to say? You're going to hurt me for what? What have I done? Yeah, it's bad.
Yep.
It's pretty bad.
Scared, so I'm trying to make sure that this is open. No, I don't need to do that. Oh, and then this is already where Matthew came.
Yeah, I'm already showing up.
2 minutes and 48 seconds. Isn't that a great response time? He doesn't need to.
So some stranger shows up to the traffic stop.
His name's Corporal. I don't know what his name is. Barkin.
That's good.
He seems very upset. He already said sovereign citizen.
He seems upset.
Yeah,
Okay.
he said, you identify as a sovereign citizen, and I asked him to explain what that means. I have my book, and I just grabbed my thing. I have my book, as in my whole travel binder, and I was gonna start going through the Eddie Craig script, but it kind of got lost.
Travel binder.
You still have my other citation.
I'm starting.
I don't even have a tampon. Oh, I was also.
What?
Yeah, do it.
We have to use the phone.
Yeah, he was on his motorcycle, so he had a helmet on, so he couldn't, and he needed to. We couldn't be on the phone together, so it kind of was unfortunate. But he did end up videoing, kind of right. Oh, okay, yeah.
So the video's been turned on.
Where's the officer? Oh, there it is.
That's my car, his motorcycle.
Actually, hey, I saw the text.
Okay, yeah, I'm getting pulled over. now I'm calling Quentin, the guy that had my cake container. So this is Quentin that's in the group too. By this corporal. He's calling me a sovereign citizen.
Okay, are you recording?
Yeah, Matthew's here and he's getting yelled at by the corporal.
In Andover?
Take off your helmet so we can hear you. Yeah, in Andover. It's literally right where I got stopped before. It's right beside the high school, right on the other side.
Don't worry about me. Do your thing.
Okay, I'm just letting you know.
Thank you.
All right, sounds good.
And y'all are on private property.
Cam? I don't have his number. For some reason, I said I didn't have Cam's number. It was just in the heat of the moment. I forgot all things. I was like, wait, I do have his number.
Look at this guy.
Oh, I do have his number.
I didn't hear you.
I just don't have Matthew's audio.
Well, and they go, you're on private property, but it's not your property.
I'm calling him. I'm calling Cam.
Step away from the car. I'm not going to tell you again.
He's not. He's just a he's.
Hop out and talk to me.
No. Why do I? You're gonna.
Already, I said, hop out. I'll break the window if you don't get out.
Is that a threat? Is that a threat? Is that a threat? You're not answering any of my questions. I don't have to answer
they make shirts his size?
He says I don't have to answer your questions.
Yeah, and I'm confused by that. Like, isn't he? That yeah. I'm not getting pulled over for any reason. This is unlawful.
Hey, it's your boy Cam.
Sorry, y'all. I was in a meeting.
He's okay.
But right now that he's calling his other buddies over.
Yeah, when I'm in a meeting, the notifications are just on.
He banged the door handle 4 times
Yeah,
to try to get him.
he's opening my door handle, and he's not.
Look at him, so desperate. So desperate. For what? For what?
No, what am I doing wrong? What am I supposed to do? He's gonna break my window. Why are you threatening me?
Okay. This last chance.
He pulled me over for an unlawful stop. I'm just traveling.
Stop. Get out of the vehicle.
Why isn't it? Can you explain that to me?
Here's an idea. Get out of the car.
Registered.
What are you supposed to do?
License, and you have to.
Where's the proof of that? Tell me that. Give me the evidence. What's your badge number and your name, please?
Sergeant Tharp, and I'm sheriff number 30.
And what's the emergency? What's the emergency? Because I see emergency lights on. I'm here to help.
Or the window's going to be busted out, and you're going to be dragged.
Is that a threat? You're gonna harm me.
It's not a threat. It's a promise.
It's a promise, but isn't that threatening me and my safety?
Get out of the vehicle, or we're going to get you.
I'm not doing anything
You're
wrong.
under arrest at this point.
I'm under arrest.
You're under arrest at this point.
Okay, you haven't even asked my name. You haven't asked anything.
Now
For
I'm
what?
under arrest too. For refusing to provide a driver's license, illegal registration. Have you shown proof of insurance yet?
Pause it! Pause it! This nigga, did this nigga just say illegal registration, y'all?
Yes, he did. And we're like, what?
Can we look this up? Can we do a little research piece with you, Matthew? Look it up on the screen real quick. What does illegal registration mean in the state of Kansas? Let's see what we got. We need an illegal arrest.
The other thing I'd point out is you don't live in the state of anything.
Thank you. You're not a resident. You're not required to do anything.
I don't even have a valid driver's license in Kansas anyways. So.
What's this say? Is it illegal registration?
Displaying or possessing fictitious.
Oops, I was muted. There you go. She admitted it. She does not have a driver's license.
Nope.
So she's driving illegally, and they want to know what the reasonable articulable suspicion is. You just can't make this shit up.
It's unlawful to display or possess any registration receipt, certificate of title, license plate, or decal that is known to be fictitious, canceled, revoked, suspended, or altered.
Okay. None of those
suspended.
It's trying to fake registration.
Yep. Thank you.
Or
Counterfeited.
suspended.
Counterfeit.
Yeah.
Counterfeit, that's it.
Yep.
Or suspended.
Not
doing.
He said it's not a threat, it's a promise.
Yeah, that's another huge one.
It's a promise. Okay.
And this
I'm
is
not
a
doing
sergeant.
anything
This
wrong.
is a sergeant.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's a corporal, or I don't. I also didn't. I was confused by that, but
At this point,
I'm under arrest.
you're under arrest at this point.
Okay, you haven't even asked my name. You haven't asked
You
anything.
arrested me
For
so
what?
fast.
For refusing to provide a driver's license, illegal registration. Have you shown proof of insurance yet? At this point,
Okay, wait. Pause. Okay, you gotta talk about what's going on here. What just happened?
Go ahead.
Well, so with me, he said, so I see there's no tag here. Are you registered? Do you have a license? And I just said no. And then he said, okay, in the state of Kansas, you have to have that. And I said, well, the state of Kansas is a corporation. He's like, no. And then he just grabbed my hands and turned me around, and it was just that fast.
And so also Matthew.
And then
you're
also,
getting arrested now for what?
Yeah. Right. What do you
yeah,
arrested for?
motorcycle's off, keys were out.
He wasn't.
I had the keys in my pocket.
So he was just
So
arrested.
you literally got arrested and put in handcuffs for what? Sitting on a motorcycle?
Yep.
I don't even think he was sitting on it.
He said the other guy saw me pull in without a tag.
So it's hearsay. We talked about.
And then also something that I don't know what we could do about this one, but he leaned me over the motorcycle in such a way that I had to pull on him to keep myself standing up. Otherwise, I'd fall over. And if I fell over, it would tip over the whole motorcycle and, ruin it.
His kickstand was on his side, so it would have just.
So I didn't want to fall into it and make it fall over.
You know how they have intentional infliction on emotional distress? You could do like an intentional aspect in relation to the assault and or battery.
Also, this cop was being very aggressive with Matthew. He's like, "Don't flex on me. Stop flex."
Now, Hutch, can I sue these people for intentional infliction of emotional damage for having to listen to this?
Yes, I think we should file a motion.
He was like literally falling over trying to like balance himself with this man. He's like being aggressive.
That's standard practice for their record and stuff.
And in
so that when they harm you, they have an excuse.
He looked like a little limp noodle, and this guy's like, in his voice, it just sounded like he was trying to.
Yeah, he really made it sound like.
Oh,
like he's scared that you're a threat and stuff. He's scared for.
Yep.
Going past this, she goes past this high school. Known speed traps, cops.
Right.
That's dumb. Sovereign citizen being dumb. Doing it a second time being dumb. Then you call somebody who also is a sovereign citizen and doesn't have a registered call to come to where you know there's several cops because you got pulled over.
Right.
Queen of the dumb. She wins queen. She's queen.
For his life. That's what they're.
Yeah.
Because Matthew's big and
I was a limp noodle for this dude.
It's really gross, and it makes you feel like such shit when they do it and stuff, because you know that you're like going above and beyond, like just making sure you're not any kind of threat, and they're like, stop doing that, and like getting scared in their voice and everything, and you're like, this is sick, and it makes you feel so messed up.
I would be scared for them too if they're about to assault my wife.
Yeah. and I mean the thing too is that like we got to remember these are natural reactions that we're having. You can't do anything.
It's unnatural for us to react in the way that we do. Like we're suppressing every normal react. Like that's it's crazy. And then yeah. Ugh.
Well, yeah, just people saying that you're not supposed to be able to react naturally as we always do. Just like if someone grabs you like that, of course you're gonna flex. It's like if something's flying at my head, of course I'm gonna dodge it. It's like it's natural. I'm not just gonna sit there and let the rock hit me in the face. Oh yes, please, rock hit me. Bow. Like it's natural.
Yeah.
So
sneak up from behind me and grab my arm like in an aggressive manner or something. Because I just got arrested the other night for a warrant again, and I was just like, whoa, hey, oh, okay, you have a warrant. Like I'd like to see the warrant. And they're like. Then like 4 cops like jumped me, and it was just it's just so crazy. I can't believe they get
We'll have to get into that.
Yes.
So he gets arrested for a warrant and then acts surprised that they arrested him.
He knew he had that warrant.
Right. Like, okay. But it's the cop's fault. Got it.
Yeah, I would love to. And I wish we could interview him.
No, you're good. You're good. Go ahead, y'all.
For today.
So I'm interfering. Oh yeah, guys, prepare. My glass is about to shatter all over me. I'm still going to court for the same thing. I don't understand why this is again happening. I still have my citation from last time. I'm still going.
About citation from last time. Get out of the vehicle.
It just
under arrest. Plus the fucking window. I don't give a shit.
Oh my God! He just said bust the fucking windows.
Yeah, he did.
And he said, "I don't give a shit."
Yeah.
Yep. And immediately, not even a second later, they start beating the window 9 times.
9 strikes.
Oh my God, bro! 9 times? Why 9?
Because we knew that it was.
Guy's weak.
It took him 9 times to bust the window.
Yeah, he's stronger, dude. For that tight shirt, he should have muscles under there. I didn't do anything wrong. You're hurting me. I have glass in my shoes. I didn't do anything wrong.
That sounds like an act.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I yelled from over wherever I was. I was like, Sydney, are you okay? And somehow our videos lined up so perfectly to where like the moment my video ended, hers started.
I had a small amount of video that I wanted to show, but I saw the glass coming in through my window right when I turned it on. It was right after he beat through the window finally.
And Sydney, oh my gosh, she had her phone around her neck.
I threw my phone on I had a lanyard on, it broke now, but I threw it on my neck because I was like, I need this because I was supposed to be calling my son at 7 on a Zoom call, and I was focused on all of that as well as getting arrested at the moment. So I had to make sure I was going to text my son's father with handcuffs on. Like I had to plan all of that, and I was able to do it. And
nice. But having to do this too much.
I didn't do anything wrong.
I'm off the car, Bear, okay?
I just have glass in my shoes, so I'm trying to shake that up. That's okay.
You want me to take them off? That way you get the glass out?
That's all right. I can take it.
Now they want to be nice?
And
yeah, that's how they always work. Once they have you,
it might bleed on your stuff.
He'll clean it.
Still have bruises on my wrist.
Were you doing that with your mouth?
I had it on my lanyard, so I had like pull my handcuff there, and I was like trying to.
You're pulling on the string.
Yeah, I was trying to pull on the string so it could get longer. It took a while, so this is what's going to happen for a couple minutes. But yeah,
it's so impressive.
And I also went on Discord, and I got onto the general chat, and I was like on the voice call, and then I also like messaged in Discord. You'll hear it, but
if I may,
yeah,
that word "wrong" is deep. Look it up in Black's Law Dictionary. It's deep.
Okay.
It's not just general.
I will right now. Wrong.
Damn it, it's muted again. They're going with the Black's Law Dictionary to look up the word wrong.
Oh no.
Sure.
Not registered in the state of Kansas.
That's my motorcycle. Never been registered for.
A violation of the legal rights of another, an invasion of rights to the damage of the parties who suffer it, especially a tort. It usually signifies injury to person, property, or relative non-contractual rights of another than wrongdoer, with or without force, but mere or in more extended sense.
That is nice that they said it ain't registered too on camera like that though.
wrong isn't it?
When did they Mirandize you?
I don't know if they did. Did they Mirandize you?
I never heard that.
The whole time, even in email, they do.
They're not asking you
The
questions.
only thing though
They
is
don't have to.
things in a conversational manner can be submitted. Things that are in an investigatory manner cannot be without Miranda. So
Right. I don't know if they investigate exactly. I mean,
well, questions that are not conversational that you don't want to necessarily have, but you have to because that they're pressing you so hard. You know.
Listen to this.
my neck a little bit more because then there's my cold squinting again, I think.
I'm gonna fast forward.
Learn to keep your mouth shut.
I'm gonna fast forward here a little bit.
Did they ever request you to open your door?
No.
I don't even know where I'm going. How do I know if you're not kidnapping me? Because you are. You are kidnapping me. I didn't do anything wrong.
You are not a child.
Can you please tell me where I'm going?
Third time asking.
Sir. Butler County Detention Center. And why am I going there?
Interference.
For interference for what? What did I interfere with?
Driving a vehicle with no registration.
I'm
no
not.
insurance.
I'm not. That's interference because I'm driving a vehicle with no registration or insurance.
Yeah.
Okay. Not driving. I have a right. Well, I have a right to go on public roadways when I'm not acting in commerce. I'm not an Uber driver or Lyft. That's why you guys administer licenses to people. Because it otherwise.
Did she say her name in the beginning?
That's when it's.
She did, but I don't remember it.
Yeah, we need.
Girl, you're fired.
That's when it's a privilege.
Like
Can
I say something here? Pause this.
Okay.
Yeah, you have touched on all the archetypal points that very often don't get touched on. You've said them out loud. You stated your position. You said
like, it's insane. Like your demeanor and everything. Like you're able, like keeping under in this state and everything, and articulating every point like that is so amazing.
You've articulated the points and given them notice on specifically the harm.
Now let me ask you, Hutch. Isn't this just insane?
Yeah, because they actually believe what they're saying is true, and then they're trying to look things up on the internet. I don't know. But I need to know her name because that means she's appeared in court, and she may have other court dates.
Yeah, well, and it's in Butler County, so hopefully she'll be in front of Judge Webster. That would be good.
That's what I'm thinking. If she hasn't been already.
Yeah. Well, I'll find it and let you know.
I mean, very often we don't hear all of these words coming out in these traffic stops and these bogus traffic stops. So it seems like this case is going to be juicy. Right? I mean, it might bring to the fore things that we haven't been able to sort of get on the record very much yet.
Yeah, and she's very calm because when they call us a sovereign citizen, what they're expecting for us to get belligerent with them. And when you stay calm like that and you question them and you're on video and you're on their body cam, they can't dispute that.
Right. It's exactly what like the Eddie Craig, like his goal is with that script and what to do. Like you've
Eddie Craig's script. So cool. Oh my God.
Awesome. I'm glad because I didn't read off the Eddie Craig script. I just know in my heart that
you were living and breathing it. Yeah. You understand like
so
what's important about it. Though. Yeah. Like,
I'm good under pressure, and I'm just so grateful for all of this because without you guys and everybody in my learning, then I wouldn't have done.
Yeah. After I heard this audio for the first time, I was like, "Oh my gosh, I'm so proud of you." I didn't.
So without everyone in her life, she'd have her car window, wouldn't be going to court, wouldn't have to pay fines. Yeah.
Wouldn't have to talk to her kid on Zoom while she's in custody.
I'm kind of wondering about that. because she said she had that call up. So that seems to me to be kind of a custody thing. So I kind of wonder about that. So I'm kind of interested in looking more into her.
Not, I mean, I knew you had it in you, but like you did it as perfectly as you could.
Yeah, thanks. And I had glide all over inside of me right now. Not using it as a privilege, I'm using it as my right. What's happening to the person I was with? Can you answer me that, please? Sir? What happened to the free person that was on the side of the road that helped me, that was coming to my rescue, because you guys didn't?
Bill?
Yep.
What did you arrest him for?
Notice he isn't using his first name on purpose.
Right.
My husband, my boyfriend. Nope, she won't use his first name.
The free person on the side of the road.
Who came to my rescue?
Yep.
Because I saw him in handcuffs. I saw him in handcuffs. Why did you arrest him? What did he do wrong? Well, isn't being detained under arrest if he had said he's not being, I don't know if you guys can hear it, but he's not under arrest, he's being detained. And so that's when I said, well, if he's in handcuffs, then he's. You're not free to go?
That's
I'll
not what that is.
If I may.
Yes.
Any detainment of liberty is an arrest.
Nope.
If you're not free to go, then you're under arrest, right?
Nope.
Side of the road that helped me, that was coming to my rescue, because you guys didn't. What did you arrest him for? Because I saw him in handcuffs. I saw him in handcuffs. Why did you arrest him? What did he do wrong? Well, isn't being detained under arrest if you're not free to go? If you're not free to go, then that means you're under arrest. So if you put him in handcuffs, so what's detained mean? Do you know that term? Do you know anything? You don't know, you didn't tell me what traffic meant. You just busted my windows. Causing me harm and trauma and irreparable harm. So you guys are just the kidnappers and you're the pirates, huh?
Fucking called him a road pirate.
He is.
Y'all are driving right now?
It'll happen. It's very soon because then I'm like, where am I going? You haven't told me.
What's that?
Kidnapping is a bingo square on some boards.
Yes. And so is road pirate.
Unless I did. Oh yeah, we are driving right now. He's driving.
The dude threatened to have the dog attack me.
Why?
He's like, if you move from this spot, if I see your arms move, I'm calling my canine out to come bite you.
Oh, so another threat?
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a few
I didn't hear that.
I don't remember. There's a
What
few
crime did
times.
you commit to be put in handcuffs?
Yeah. What did
Was there any probable cause given?
And then, he gets 1 foot from my face. He's like, do you understand me?
What did you
About the dog.
What probable cause was given for him to?
What probable cause, Matthew?
I don't know.
Did you ask?
I kept saying, who did I hurt? And then he rolled his eyes at me.
Yeah, they don't like to answer any of the questions.
Yeah.
And I guess Matthew said that they were calling him a sovereign citizen as well.
Yeah, they're calling me a sovereign citizen.
Matthew? Oh, okay. So I did a mistake because I said Quentin out loud, and he was still on the phone at that moment. And so then the police officer, he heard me say Quentin. So that's what's going to happen now.
Yes, now he's pulling over.
Where am I going? What are you stopping for?
And I also want to point out, imagine how scary this would be, how the cop just randomly decides to stop and pull over on the side of the road.
Tell me where I'm.
Yeah, he'd be pulling you out to rape you on the side of the road, little.
Exactly.
Oh,
Really?
sure.
I'm going to say
Really?
right now.
Okay.
What are you stopping for? He didn't respond.
Give me your phone.
Why?
Give it to me.
He just opened my door.
Where's it at?
It's on my neck, but why?
First off, pause. Give me your phone. Nigga, I'm handcuffed, you dummy!
He started looking behind me and he's like, where is it? Where is it?
God, I can't stand, bro. Give me your phone. Okay.
Just a second.
Yeah, just give me. And also, after we got to the jail, he was like, "Can you unbuckle yourself?" I was like, "I am handcuffed, dude. I have to do everything for you. You want me to go take the wheel? Want me to drive?" Well, I wouldn't be driving because I wouldn't be freaking getting paid. But why not?
So there you go. There you go.
Yeah, she should have said traveling, and driving was the first thing she said.
And so she knows it's bullshit.
Yeah.
On the whole time.
With that.
I hope his camera was on the whole time.
Oh, I made sure to ask him during the while we were in the car at one point. I said, "Is your body cam active and your dash cam?" And he said, "Yes, my body cam's on." And I was like, "Oh, okay. And what about the other officers?" And he said, "Yes." And I was like, "Oh," because I was trying to get information. I was like, "Is that like do you have to have that on? Is that some type of policy?" And he's like, "Yes." So it's what they must all have it. So I'm gonna be excited to look forward to.
Wait, before you unpause, briefly just touch base on, we see someone commenting about class action, and so I responded to that, and I just wanted to maybe
a class action suit.
Class action suit with a whole bunch of people will
maybe
stop.
why this could be a class action as far as others are concerned within your situation, and how that implicates others, such as Quentin and Kate.
Well, everyone we know, everyone I know here, because I've only just moved here in December.
On the last little bit of it.
What's that? Oh, everyone I know has been either arrested or illegally stopped in Andover and the surrounding areas.
Yeah, everyone in this area. It is so bad over here. Like even yesterday, within like a 4-hour period, outside of my window, we witnessed about 20 pullovers in like 4 hours. And that's just this intersection right here.
There must be.
And everyone I know has been pulled over several times a year. And everyone's so upset and no one knows what.
Now here's my question. Touche, do you think everyone they know also is a sovereign citizen?
Or just a bad driver?
You know what? I wouldn't be surprised, because
I
how
wouldn't.
the guy that's interviewing them.
Right, and there's a chat that goes along with this. There are other people commenting. This is what I'm talking about. This is comedy gold.
Right, and also she made phone calls to let other people know that she was on the stop.
Yeah, on Discord.
Do what you got to do. Yes.
Yeah, on Discord.
I would love to get into that Discord server and hang out, and don't tell them who I am, so I can figure out everything that they're talking about. I would love that.
And for those playing bingo,
And I'm like, guys, we got to do something.
injured party and detained.
Yes.
Those are squares.
And now these Butler County people have lined up the street. It's in like a 5-mile strip. There's always like 4 cops, one per mile.
Okay, so talk about how, again, though, that this might come into speaks or development of a class action lawsuit. How could now, from this pullover, there could be a class action lawsuit brought forth? In your perspective.
I know from one thing we put in the affidavit is a lot of people, my family and a lot of people we know,
affidavit
specifically not leave the house or not attend like family events or gatherings because they're afraid they won't be able to make it back home.
Well, not just that, but look at what has happened to Kate and Quentin. I guess that's the direction I'm going at.
Yes, because now like Quentin is so afraid that he's wanting to start registering his cars again.
And didn't they just get pulled over again, Quentin and Kate?
Yeah.
Okay, right. And didn't Quentin just go to jail?
Yeah.
Okay. So what you're seeing is like an attack, which is like attack on y'all's liberties as a group of people. Now, all of y'all have been attacked, ticketed, cited, threatened, broken. Now it's gotten to the point where they're breaking windows when there's never been a crime. You've never hurt anybody. The only people getting hurt are you for literally standing on your creator endowed rights. And that's crazy, bro. That's crazy, bro.
Yep.
All right, keep going.
Because you're kidnapping me, and I'm gonna just rewind a little couple seconds right here.
You're not allowed to be using the phone.
Why not? Because you're kidnapping me and being a villain?
Watch your hair.
A villain?
Who said? Where's your policies? No, that's mine. You're taking my private property now.
Private
Taking
property.
my phone and my recorder now because you saw my recorder on my screen. But I tried to edit. You just took my phone and I think it's still on, so just stay on the phone with me. How are you allowed to do this? Where's your policy? Why can't I see anything? Why aren't you telling me? You're making me very scared for my life.
Because you're under arrest.
I'm not just gonna be fine. So yeah, I was saying, when you stop on the side of the road, I don't know what you're gonna do to me. So, and he's like, oh, you're gonna be just fine. How can you say that?
How can you trust
I'm
that?
not just fine. I'm traumatized, and I say that, but I don't know how well
Hey, you know
guys
what?
can hear this. I
But-
have trauma now.
She's trying to make a record on the body cam,
Oh,
the
yeah.
vehicle footage. So
Yeah.
that's what she's saying. But I mean, the cars should record so you would see where they are. And he probably pulled over to get the phone, not to pull over
Right.
just because. I just wanted to say that.
Well, and right, and she can't have it in the jail, right? It's contraband.
Right. I mean,
oh,
go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
Luckily, he was nice enough to let her keep the phone, because on most arrests, you normally take the phone because they make phone calls in the back.
Right.
And that's not good for officer safety in case they're
Correct.
calling someone while, especially you have a good distance to get to the jail and they're making phone calls. You have people waiting when you get there. And sometimes things can get messy. So she was lucky she even had the phone.
I've seen body cams where they were in a high-speed chase. One guy called his brother. He drove to the location where his brother was at, and they started firing on the officers as soon as the guy stopped.
See, exactly what I meant.
Right. Yeah. So, yeah, it is a huge safety concern.
You just gave me irreparable harm. I've never even been. I don't never been in trouble in my life, and you're making me feel like I'm a villain and a criminal. You are the one.
You're putting all of it on the record too.
Gave you several warnings to cooperate.
I didn't do anything wrong, and I was cooperating.
Well, that's the
Fuck
problem.
your warnings.
You don't follow the law.
There you go. He says that's the problem. You obviously don't follow the law. You don't follow the law.
You don't follow the law.
I know you do, Hutch, but what am I?
Oh, there.
Yeah.
And then this is the part where
Yeah, then she's like, you're taking their money and taking their lives away. And then he says, I'm not just taking your money.
I'm not taking your money. And then I was like, well, my time is money. And he says, yes, you are.
Oh, this is great.
My time is money. My time is
In that
money.
case, you were traveling for commerce. Then.
Did you hear?
Look at that, motherfucker.
Acknowledged it.
Fucking set it on the record.
He knows. They know.
Now listen to these people.
Yeah, they're delusional. Oh, I didn't mean to say that.
He's clearly mocking you, and you go, see, he knows.
Commerce.
Oh, so he actually knows what he's doing. He just stated it.
Trading.
Yep, he just stated it. Perfect.
What did he say? I couldn't hear. What did he say?
Go back. Replay it. Go back.
Yeah, just do a 10-second.
He says, well, in that case, you were traveling for commerce then, because I told him my time is money.
Not if it's lawful money.
That's good.
Not if it's lawful money.
Now there's an unlawful money. Did you know that?
Their lives away. Yes, you are. What is this? This is my time. My time is money. My time is
In
money.
that case, you were traveling for commerce. Then.
He said we're traveling for commerce. We're traveling for commerce. That's him.
Yeah. He said, I don't know if you guys could hear, but he says, well, because I was there, obviously. Well, in that case, you were traveling for commerce. And then he laughs at me after, because I wanted him to say it one more time. So I'm like, because I heard him the first time, but I was like, what? And so he says it again.
Yeah.
In that case, you were traveling for commerce. Then.
Now you're gonna say that? And then, oh, he laughed right there.
He did laugh, yep.
Yeah, and now you're laughing.
Wow.
Because you're an idiot? I would laugh at you too.
The Hallelujah song needs to play right now, bro.
But I
Night,
said, well, you
Sue
laugh now, but I
Bear.
hope you can sleep at night with all the people that
What?
Night, Sue Bear.
Oh, night, Super.
you hurt.
Ooh.
My son and my family and everyone who actually loves me. I'm crying at that point.
And you gotta let them know, because when you know, and especially when you ain't done nothing wrong, you can't nobody say anything bad about anything.
Yeah, what if that was his
what
daughter
they did?
or his granddaughter?
Yeah. Anybody's person. Nobody deserves that. Nobody has. You can't sit. Nobody can sit here and justify and sit here and say you deserve to have your window broken because you didn't have a driver's license or you didn't have any other single thing. There is nothing that you can justify other than a true warrant and some kind of egregious, harmful action that this person has. It's even hard to say alleged to have done, right? Because if you're just alleged, you're still innocent until proven guilty.
Yep.
So it's hard for me to even say that it's okay for them to break the window even off of an alleged crime.
So listen to that line of thinking. You're innocent until proven guilty. So even if you're alleged, it's not really a crime and they shouldn't be arresting you.
That's not how it works.
Right. Now, but play that out, right? So if I go rob a bank, but I don't shoot anybody and I don't beat anybody up, did I really commit a crime? I mean, there's no victim.
Exactly.
How does this make sense in anyone's brain? That's what I don't get.
Because they're playing on words. So they're saying, like in court, they say, well, right now you're alleged until it's been proven. So they say, well, then I shouldn't be arrested if it's just alleged because you haven't proven it yet. Which
Which is circular logic, because you have to go to court, right, in order to get a conviction. So yes, when you go to court, you're presumed innocent until proven guilty.
Mm-hmm.
But he's going, you shouldn't break a window even if it's alleged because they're still innocent. Like, okay.
The officer knows they're guilty because he's dealing with
there
it.
already a conviction of you being proven to be guilty. Because until that moment occurs, you're innocent. And so it's like, man, it's you got a big ass check coming. Damn.
Is it in their policy and procedure
Wow.
in where your state that you're in?
People like him that keep the fire going with the sovereign citizens.
Yes.
I would love to talk to that dude on camera because his thoughts are all messed up.
Oh, absolutely. And this is what I was saying in the beginning. Look at the giant blunt he's smoking. This isn't helping him.
No, it's not. I wonder what's in there.
In for them to break your windows?
Well, the last time that we were having this situation happen, the arresting officer for Kate said that this isn't even an arrestable offense. So I don't know why he's just because
They're conflating two different things. You not having registration in and of itself isn't going to get you arrested. You refusing to give your detail does.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you think any of these three bought a board game from somebody? One of these may be one of those 9 people.
They might be. They might be.
he's trying to pretend he's strong and because he has the power over me that he can do whatever he wants, and that's not right.
I think it's in their sovereign citizen handbook.
Yeah, you're right. There's a lot now that since we're in.
Now, Now they're mocking having a sovereign citizen handbook, but remember a little while back when she said she had a binder.
And had the one page.
Right. But she also, because she didn't have her binder with her, but you don't have a handbook. And then they were talking about the one dude's script, but you don't have a handbook.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, since he's driving to the jailhouse right now, you can't really hear, but Matthew and I wrote up exactly what we said on this next part. But he's asking me for my name again. I'll just play it, but I can read it.
I don't know your name. I don't know your name.
Well, I just went to court yesterday. I told him to go ahead and look me up because I was just at court yesterday for the same thing. So I was like, I'm in your system. Let's see. I'll just okay, so let's see. I don't like it being.
You're the only one who has ever been
traveling for commerce. Then and I said what, and then he said it again. You're traveling for commerce. He said traveling too. It was interesting instead of driving. Now he's using my terms, but in the wrong way. I don't know if that was on purpose for him. He laughed at that. I said, I hope you can sleep at night with all the people that you've hurt. I didn't do anything wrong. Now you're taking me from my son and my family and everyone that actually loves me. He replied saying, are you going to give me your name? I then explained how everyone I know, including myself, is living in constant fear, afraid to leave their homes because of the police conducting illegal stops and no crimes have been committed. I mention this because not one of my friends, family, peers have ever harmed anyone. I'll skip down to more of this.
More of the actual quote.
Yeah, let's see.
That's more.
Oh, and then I said, I never even read my Miranda rights. And I said, like, that's not okay. He replied, I'm not asking you for any incriminating questions. I already told you your rights. I told you that you have the right to remain silent. Then I said, you have the right to remain, wait.
Yeah.
Then I said, you have the right to remain silent. And no, that's what he said.
Oh.
He said, you have the right to remain silent. And I suggest you remain silent. And I replied, that's the only right I have. You'll have, and then he said that I'll have my day in court to argue with the judge all I want. And I said, that's my Miranda rights right there. Or do you not know that either? And then he went on, he said, apparently you don't even go by Miranda rights. So I don't understand why you're even worried about that. I'm not asking you for any incriminating questions. So that's Miranda rights. Just saying, you have the right to remain silent. So I just suggest you use that one time that he said it before. And then he said, we can have a normal conversation or you can just argue with me. And then the conversation continued regarding terms, how to properly address another. And I said, I mentioned his use of the word sovereign citizen because he was like, what do you want me to call you? And I told him to pretty much call me a woman because that's what I was. And he was like, well, that doesn't flow properly or something. And I was like, sovereign citizen doesn't flow properly either. What, like, and I said, and then he said, you have your terms for us. And I was like,
and he didn't explain what that meant.
So I was confused.
That leads us to believe, I put that she was confused by the response because it shows that he's prejudiced because they already thought that we have certain terms we use for them.
Sovereign citizens have different terms. So I'm like, so what does that mean? He's still going on about like that situation. So I'm like,
Which I think him just saying you have terms for us is proving discrimination.
Discrimination.
Because I was confused. I was gonna say well, I did say to him, I was like, I like terms. I was confused. I was like, you're a police officer, and Matthew explained to me what police means, like the word police. What?
You need to grab a hold of something. Okay, everyone, you need to be sitting down and holding on to something when you hear this definition.
Oh, let's go. Let's go.
What does it mean, Matthew? The word police?
Police means like a plan to kill many.
Like if you break the word down, that's what a plan to kill many is what police is. And so I was like, you're a police officer.
Did you hear that?
Where
did you hear that
from?
The word police means plan to kill someone. Plan to kill many.
I like to see that definition for myself, where they got it from.
You can't make this shit up.
Well, they doing a good job at it.
And then let's see. I arrived at the Butler County Jail after that, and then he started going through my wallet, which had my California driver's license in it, and all my cards and.
Oh,
California driver's license.
oh, she has a California driver's license.
And
Okay.
I told him that he didn't have a warrant, but he ended up just looking through it anyway. And
It's called the search incident to arrest.
that's pretty much when I went into the jail.
And then we all know what happens in jail. So anyway, so that's it.
How long were you in jail for?
I was in jail for 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, almost 5 hours, so 4.5.
And then you bonded? Did you
8, 9,
bond
10,
out?
11, almost 5
Yeah,
hours.
it was $3,000. Matthew and Quentin had to come and do a $3,000 cash bond, well, in money orders, because that's all they accept is money orders.
Yeah, well, you
So
getting
we
all
had,
that
like-
back. You getting
Yep.
all that back. This shit's getting dismissed. So it's good you did it like that. So you can get
How
all
did
that
you sign the
back.
bond? Under duress by chance or anything?
Oh my gosh, yeah. So that's another thing, because I was doing
Oh, under duress.
and I was
That's
trying my
also on that
signature,
bingo if
and
you have
the
it.
booking officer, oh, he hated me. He would send me back to my cell because he was like, if you're not going to comply, then you're going back to your cell. And I was like, so you're going to imprison me if I don't comply and sign these things, and I'm not allowed to sign it under threat and duress. And he's like, that's not your signature. Only your signature is allowed to be on there. And I was like, where's your policy? Like, what says that I'm not allowed to sign it in the way that I want to sign it? Because this is under threat and duress. I don't want to sign any of these things. And he was asking me all these questions. And he was like, if you don't comply, you're going to go to your cell until you do. So I was like, so now you're taking my rights away? And he was like, well, you give up your rights when you go to jail. And I was like, you're forcing me to go to jail. I didn't do anything wrong. And now I just have to comply with you. Otherwise, I'm just going to be in prison for eternity then. And he's like, yeah. And I was like, what? How is this legal? Like, it's not.
Did
So
they sleep deprive you? I'm sorry to jump. When you were in jail, did they sleep deprive you?
Well, I was only there for 5 hours, so I didn't sleep anyway. I was
Oh,
just
that's right. You bonded.
but when I was doing like my fingerprinting and stuff, he was telling me how I committed 4 crimes, and if I just didn't commit crimes, then I wouldn't have fear in my life. Because I told him, I was like, I can't even leave my house without fear of you guys hurting me or anyone I love. So I'm scared to even leave my house. And he was like, why are you so scared if you've never been in trouble? If you just don't commit the 4 crimes like tonight. And I was like, so now you're telling me I committed the crimes? Like, I haven't even went to court. These are alleged. Like, what are you talking about? It was terrible. So anytime that I wouldn't comply, then he would tell me I had to go back to my cell.
Sarah asked how did they come up with the $3,000 bond? We decided that they just play roulette, whatever their bond what their bond will be that day, because also that day a mayor of the town next.
You know, in most jurisdictions, you can look up what the bond amount is.
Oh, you can?
Yeah, because it's usually public record. So you can usually contact like the court, like a city or a county court, and you can ask them, and for various offenses, because it depends on the offense, right?
Oh, like
so
a fee
whatever. Yeah, pretty much like a fee schedule. That's probably where sovereign citizens got it from.
Yes.
Good point, Dutch. Good
He got
point.
arrested, was put on a $3,000 bond.
What?
This is
Okay, what book is that?
How accurate is her accounting of what was said when there's no audio?
Yes.
I don't think.
This, he said that. I put it,
Well, and you can already listen, because if you go back and you listen to what she said, the police officer was, when they were there, and then what actually is being played don't match up.
Nope.
So the defendant is charged with
This is her charging
registration.
documents.
Okay. No insurance, license not carried, and then interference with law enforcement officers. That was my crimes that I committed.
And they made her cross out under threat and duress.
Yeah, so this is the time when, like, the paper I was signing, and I was trying to do under threat and duress, but I was so stressed out that I put under stress and duress. Because it was like the freaking document I had to sign, and I was like trying to get out of there. This was after Matthew had paid the $3,000, and he was like, okay, I have 3 things for you to sign. And so I signed that, and he stood up and he was like, go back to your cell. And I was like, I was like, what did I do wrong? I'm just signing. And he's like, I told you before, you do not sign under stress, the threat and duress. You're signing only your legal
And I'm sure it happened exactly like this.
And be a prisoner. And I was like, I was just crying, and I was like, what? I was like, so I had to cross it out and sign that I crossed it out. And then after that, he forced me to sign just my name, or I would have been there forever.
That's legal advice.
All right, so before we close this bad boy out, we're gonna look at something real quick. So we're gonna look at this quick legal analysis. Authority of Butler County Sheriff's Office to break car windows without a warrant.
Hey, while you're pulling that up, Cam, it's just to make a point, we should all start FOIA-ing our local police departments or sheriffs for what is their policy regarding sovereign citizens. It is clear the word sovereign citizen is in the ecosystem, and it's part of their policy. I yield.
Yeah.
Yes.
I asked probably.
Hutch, I want you to remember this for the next time you come on our show. You do need to say, I yield.
I yield. All right. I'm going to keep that memory.
I mean, at least 5 times when I was in the jail, like, please give me your policy for this, like your department policy, because I don't know why I have to tell you every single thing about my life. He had asked me for my tattoos. He was going to take pictures of my tattoos. And he's like, so had his camera out, and he's like, I was like, why do I have to tell you what tattoos I have? And he's like, well, if you just died or were thrown on the side of the road or something dead, then that way your family can identify you. And
wow,
I was like, nice. I don't want them to. And then so he was like, well, do you have any tattoos on your arms or legs? And I was like, no. And he's like, oh, okay, then that's fine. What's the next question? I was like, what about me thrown on the side of the road? The only reason he asked me for my tattoos was so that they could identify me if I was walking on the road or street or somewhere, so that they could know who I was.
Of tattoos to see if you were like part of a gang or not. I thought that was the only reason why they did that.
Well, he told me so that I could be identified if I was dead. So
yeah, and that makes it almost sound like they're trying to disappear you or something. That just sounds creepy.
I'm like, hold on.
It sounds like a threat to me.
But then he had no problem not taking a picture because it wasn't on my arms or my legs. So, because I had them on my rib cages, and I was like, okay.
So KSA 22-2401 states that the statute outlines when a law enforcement officer may arrest a person. When the officer has a warrant, when the officer has probable cause to believe a warrant exists, or when the officer has probable cause to believe the person is committing or has committed a felony, a misdemeanor, and the officer has probable cause to believe that the person will not be apprehended or evidence will be lost unless immediately arrested. The person may cause injury or self-harm to others or damage property, or if the person has intentionally inflicted bodily harm. So it looks like
none of that's lawful.
Key limitation for traffic infractions, subsection D specifically states that any crime except a traffic infraction or a cigarette or tobacco infraction has been or is being committed by the person in the officer's view. Well, there's no crime. So while in the commission of driving, right, in traffic, there was a crime that was observed. The statute does not explicitly authorize breaking car window for failure to identify. Stopping and stub at key limitations, reasonable suspicion of criminal activity.
Statutes and codes in the law.
Courts have not issued definitive ruling.
They're skipping over all kinds of important words.
They always do, because they use bits and pieces of things.
Right.
Even though that you see the law there, but also these departments have internal policies of what they need to do to take care of certain things.
Right.
Specifically addressing window breaking during traffic stops. Do you want to set precedent?
Yeah.
You want to set precedent?
What's a precedent? Explain.
That's Supreme Court case law.
Supreme Court case law.
Yeah, you know when we reference cases.
Okay, well, I'm gonna move on from these idiots. The rest of it's just kind of like them gammering. Wasn't that gold? Wasn't that gold?
Yeah, that was a good one. I really enjoyed that.
I'm like, wow. You're saying the loud part. You're saying it out. You know, the loud part out loud. You know what I? Just wow.
And the higher he got, the lower his IQ.
Well, we've been going at it for over 2 hours, which is not usual for us. So if you did not get bingo, I apologize. We will try again next Monday. Hutch, I really appreciate you joining us. I hope you had a good time.
I did. I really did. I got to meet some new people in the comments. You have some special ones in there that keep everything spicy. I have noticed that, and I enjoyed that also.
Would you do me a tremendous honor?
What you need?
Will you say moist in a really deep, slow voice?
Moist.
There you go. There you go, Cicero. There you go. Cicero does not like the word moist.
Oh, she does not.
So we like to throw it in every once in a while just to get her going.
Uh-oh. Thank you for subbing to the channel too. She just did.
Hutch has to meet we cannot describe Mark to you. You just have to meet Mark.
Okay, was he's in the chat or he's normally up here?
Mark the sarcastic law student. Ask Colin about him.
Okay. And I think everybody got the police channel. Did you push that out?
I did push that out. Yes.
Go take a look.
And we will put it on Discord. I'll send you a link to our Discord.
Yeah.
Yep.
We know. Yeah. Check it out and see if it's something you want to use over there.
Oh, yeah. I will. And again, I thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah. Anytime,
If
man.
you want to stick around at the end of the show, stick around at the end of the show. For the rest of you, good night. Touche. Any last words?
That's all, folks.
Hutch,
like
any last words?
See you next time. Have a good night.